Vi tager ned til Naarup Savværk, hvor der for 3. gang er kunstnertræf. Kan man godt kalde det, Jørgen?
Ja, det kan man roligt gøre. Vi har i år fået 2 kunstnere, en fra Holland og en fra Tyskland. Cora Jongsma, som er kartograf og billedkunstner, og Baldur Burwitz, som er det, man kalder konceptkunstnere.
Ja.
Og de arbejder begge to inden for det samme koncept, som vi har kørt de sidste 3 år, nemlig temaet Omsorg for kloden, økologi og bæredygtighed.
Ja.
Så det er det, som de er optaget af, og som vi er optaget af.
De skal være her en hel måned.
Ja, det skal de. Og de har åbenbart allerede forberedt sig derhjemmefra, så de er allerede godt i gang med deres arbejde. Cora har kigget på kort over det fynske landskab og forberedt sig på den måde, og i øvrigt skaffet kontakt til nogle lokale landmænd,
ja,
som hun skal arbejde sammen med. Og Baldur har sejlet rundt i Østersøen op under Lolland, hvor han har samlet plastikaffald ind. Og det der plastikaffald, det har han så en idé om, at han vil lave om til olie, og den olie vil han så bruge i sit oliemaleri, som han vil foretage.
Det var jo en meget moderne ting. Det er jo lige i den seneste tid, hvor man er gået meget op i plastikaffald.
Ja. Ja, men man kan sige, at det koncept, som vi kører med Omsorg for kloden, er jo sådan set, altså i begyndelsen havde vi et, hvad skal man sige, et ikke så stort antal ansøgere. Vi havde vel 20 stykker fra begyndelsen af. Næste år var det fordoblet, og i år har det jo været helt overvældende, hvor vi har fået 100 ansøgninger fra 30 forskellige lande i verden.
Ja.
Og det betyder jo, at man kan se, at der er en voldsom interesse for klodens tilstand, kan man roligt sige. Ja. Det har jo også vist sig, altså alene ved, altså også ved vores sidste valg her i landet, at politikerne også er blevet opmærksomme på, at det er et vigtigt emne. Ja. Så en stor del af valgkampen gik jo sådan set på den der, på klimaproblematikken. Ja.
Men en voldsomt svær opgave at vælge 2 ud af 100.
Ja, det må man sige, men det er også en fornøjelse at sidde med så stort et ansøgerantal. Altså, det giver jo lidt mere mod på at fortsætte. I begyndelsen, altså da vi startede, var der nogen, der var skeptiske og sagde, at det var der sikkert ikke nogen kunstnere, der interesserede sig særligt for. Men år efter år viser det sig, at der er endnu flere rundt omkring i verden, der gider at være med til at give et bud på det.
Ja. Ja. Hvornår kan man få lov at se noget af det, de laver, og træffe dem?
Jamen, en del af konceptet her er for vores vedkommende her under Assens Kunstråd. Det er jo ligesom at lave et kulturformidlingsprojekt ud af det. Så det er sådan, at kunstnerne har kontraktligt forpligtet sig til og indvilliget i at holde foredrag rundt omkring i kommunen. Så der bliver et foredrag, som allerede er annonceret i pressen i Assens i Kulturhuset Tobaksgården der. Så vil der blive også en artist talk på Hollufgård, som er kunstnerværkstederne inde i Odense, og så bliver der et i Sulelængen oppe i Magtenbølle. Ja. Så på den måde forsøger vi ligesom at få spredt budskabet om det, som kunstnerne arbejder med ud. Ja. Og vi synes jo, at det er en genial ting, at for eksempel Cora arbejder direkte sammen med nogle lokale landmænd. Ja. Så på den måde får man ligesom koblet kunstnernes idéer om økologiproblemerne sammen med de mennesker, som står med hænderne midt i det. Ja.
Det bliver rigtig spændende at høre mere om det. Tak skal du have.
Ja, selv tak.
Cora, how do you prepare a new piece of art?
Well, by doing research for landscape. And for me, research means walking in the landscape. But first I have to gather all kinds of maps. That is really important for me. And not only up-to-date maps we are using nowadays, but especially historic maps. But I'll combine these historic maps with really modern maps, with modern maps showing the elevation of landscape. And I visited the archives of Naarup for getting maps, but also for gathering aerial photographs of the 60s and hopefully older ones. And all these maps I need for do my research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before you came here, you had looked at a lot of maps.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and that's the nice thing about Denmark. They have a lot of open source data. So on the internet you can find a lot of material for making my veldworks. Yeah,
Yeah.
my veldscapes. Yeah.
So then you go to Naarup, and
Yeah.
then you take your bike or what?
Well, I was lucky to borrow one. So and then I note the environment. So I was thinking, okay, which environment I can bike in this in 1 week, because I took a week to go into the landscape last week, and luckily I was having a good weather by then, and well, I biked to the highest places of Funen, and I was looking to the arable landscape and how the farmers are working on the land. They were mowing and harrowing and getting the straw off the land. So there was a lot to see and to explore. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now we're sitting on all these stones.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, you have to know I'm from the Netherlands, and the Netherlands is a flat country, and we don't have these stone deposits in our countryside. So for me it's a quite remarkable landscape feature, and it shows that well, we are here in a post-melted landscape. So these are deposits from glacial times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The farmers have taken them from the fields and put them here.
Yeah, so this is farmer labor we're seeing right now, and this is not garbage or something.
No.
Because they don't want it on the fields, because it's bad for their equipment, of course. But in a way, they will reuse these stones again to build up houses or for constructing
fences. Or
yeah. So it's not a garbage deposit, but a stone deposit.
Yeah.
Boulder deposit. Yeah.
Could you put such a thing in one of your works?
Well, I will. I'm gathering in this landscape. I'm making a map with all kinds of marks where these deposits are.
Yeah.
And maybe when I will make a map of veld, and in this parcel are stones visible, then I will use them. Yeah.
So you have to be a lot outdoors to see.
Yes.
And you speak to farmers too.
Yeah.
What is it you talk to them about?
Well, about how they are maintaining the landscape, and how they are doing the job today, and well, therefore I have to know how the landscape looks like, how the hedges are growing, where the hedges are, what the material is where they're working with, the soil they are using, and what kind of crops they are growing. All these kind of informations are important for me. And so after gathering information and making my maps of veld, I having a conversation with them, and my cartographic visualizations of veld, I call these Failedscapes. I will use them as a conversation piece to gather stories of maintaining of the landscape. How,
Yeah. But the landscape will change after you have gone.
Yeah. Maybe when it can change in an hour or in a day.
Yeah.
but that happens. But then it's visualized. It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But of course, it's also interesting to find features, tracks, and landscapes that are historic, conserved in the soil itself.
Yeah.
But that is, in this landscape, it's hard to find really old tracks. Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I will find them in the upcoming weeks of my residency. And yeah, but for now, there is so much to see, and it's really this hilly landscape with all these small hills and popping up into on the surface of the landscape are really fascinating for me to use in my veldworks. Yeah.
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 So if there's a little lake or a stream on a field, the farmer will tell you, and you'll say, "Oh, where is it? Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
And where has it been?
Yeah, or where did you left it? How did you change it, and why did you change the stream? In this landscape, there are a lot of small ponds, like we have one behind the bushes, and most of the time they are more visible than this one. But during the areas, you can see that they are changing, and the farmers are. The ponds are becoming less and less water. Some ponds, not every ponds, or some excavation in landscape disappeared. And then, I discussed with farmers what happened during the time and what they think it's necessary to have on their lands. Yeah.
Now I'm very curious to see.
Yeah.
What came out of your maps and out of your bike tours.
Yes. Well, let's go to the studio. I will show you some. Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay.
Now we're in the studio, Cora. And where do you start?
Well, I start once I have ideas and I gathered every information I can have, and then I start with the wool. I need this wool, and I chose specific wool fitting to the landscape, and I like to use this wool from the Drents heathship out of my country, the Netherlands. These sheep are grazing on the heather of in my environment, so it's really a rough material comparing with the softness of this kind of wool. So this is my basic material. And after that, I'm building layers with this wool, and I'm building this up. So I'm not starting only in this spot. I start with I'll start with a big surface, of wool. Yeah.
And what color do you start with?
Well, it depends on the project, but in this particular Failedscape, it's not ready. But I started with the darkest color, the brown layer. And so this is an elevation map. I call this Failedscape. You can see a parcel of one of the parcels of a farmer. And I'm starting with the lower. I started with the lower part. So what you can see in the lower dark lines are the tracks which the tractor made, and the highest parts are the brightest, the whitest. So here you can see the road to the farm, and you can see the hedges, and over there is a bush, a shrub, a small bush in the middle of the field. So I think this is a kind of specific spot. And in here it is also dark. You can see a little bit blue. Sometimes I use a little bit of color. And in here you can see a pond, because these are specific features in this landscape of Funen. Yeah.
Is that something you have seen when you have biked around?
Well, I have to say, to be honest, I did not see this plot before. I didn't went there because this is a private area and I can't go easy there. I think I'm not allowed to go there. But I will make an appointment with the farmer and I will bring with me this Failedscape, and then hopefully we can go to the plot itself, to the specific parcel, and I have a conversation with the farmer. So but I know it's there, and I know it looks like my Failedscape, and so the pond is there, and the shrubs and the hedges are there, but also in my head I know there changed a lot in this parcel in history during time, and this is, you can't see this on this map, but these particular information I'm also bringing with me during the conversation.
Do you think the farmer will recognize this place?
Yes, most of the times it's always a little bit of an exciting moment, of course, but farmers are connected with their lands, so they are working on the land and they are moving around with the tractors, so they know quite well what this is. Yes, and for most, and this is a really nice thing, because for most people this is an abstract work.
Yeah.
But once I'm telling you, okay, but this is a map, and we're standing there, and the farmer is, most farmers recognize it. Yes,
it must be funny.
That's my experience. Yes, yes, yeah.
And you say that the dark places are the lowest, and the bright colors are the highest.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's true. Yes, yes, yes. I think a lot of people are nowadays familiar with using Google Maps, and when you seeing these satellite pictures of the Earth, then once the Earth becomes more soft, you can't feel the hard barren soil, you can't feel the hard stones, but you experience a kind of touchable, tangible world.
Yeah.
When you experience distance from above. So this is one of the reasons why I'm using felt, because felt is always attracts people to touch.
Yeah.
I'll show you one of my
but it's quite wet.
Yeah, it's wet. Yes, cold and wet. It's not ready.
Wet.
No, no.
And what will happen now with this one?
Well, I have to work a little bit more on it. I will make a roll with it, and I have to work with it, roll the whole package, and then it will shrink, and it will become a little bit smaller than this one. Yeah.
But you have another one here.
Yes, I have another one. I will show you this one.
Yes.
So I can fold it over like a map. Let's see. Well, this is the back side, and this is the front side. Well, I can show it also up there if you want, but maybe start this like this. Well, so this is a map I made as a preparation for this residency on Fünen. In this map I try to gather knowledge of this post-melted landscape, this dead ice landscape of Fünen. So, in that way you can see there are in here lines of the relief in this particular part. This is the corner, if I can say corner, but a part of the Skofstrup Way. You can see here the Skofstrup. Do I pronounce it well?
Yeah.
Yes, Skofstrup Way is here, and these lines are the parcels of the plots of the farmers, and so this landscape, this particular part is much more higher than this part. Yeah. So this is a came landscape. This was a former ice lake on top of the glacier, and this is more the when the hummocky, this hilly landscape, was laying more situated more below. So yes, so this is more. This is, I think, a little bit more abstract than that one.
Yes.
But for me, it's important to make in advance of as a research before I start here. Yeah, I can show you,
Yeah,
maybe you can see, have a better idea.
Yes.
Yeah, I try to get into it a kind of icy, cold feeling, difference of...
I see the eyes coming down here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of that idea.
Yeah. And the big stones are lying here when it moves away again.
Yes, and that's what happened. I talked already with one of the farmers in this area, and he told me that on the plateau of the Skafstrupweg there are no big boulders, as we were sitting on a few moments ago, but below, in the hilly part, there are boulders. Yes, so the ice, with the melting of the ice, the boulders were pushed to the sides, to below. Yeah, so
the stones, big stones. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives an icy feeling. And the road here, Skafstrupweg.
Yeah.
Now we have seen a lot. And what's your goal with doing all this work?
I'm doing a lot of these kind of projects. I'm not only having a residency here in Funen, I will go to Australia, for example. And I'm also going to talk with farmers up there. And this information I gathered, and I will make an article, or will write an article about it, or I will make a book with the photographs and the Failedscape together. So for me, I will gather information. It's important to have information about farmer labor and what's important for the farmer, how to give another picture about the farmer's life and what they are thinking it's important to do on the land. And I think it's also giving an idea of the differences between farmer life in history and nowadays, and what it will be in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is something I have to work on in the future. Yes.
Thank you for telling about your exciting work, and have a good trip to Australia.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
you.
You're welcome.
Baldur, what do you have in that bag?
This is some plastic I actually brought with me here to Denmark. I collected from the sea by driving with my boat around. And I want to transfer it into some oil and later paint with the oil, like the wonderful landscape of Fyn.
So you're going to make this plastic into oil painting?
Yes.
You must explain. How do you do that?
So in the beginning I had to just sail around and look for all the rubbish and all the waste. This is quite some I found here from the sea. You find it like mostly on the beaches and everywhere laying around. And here I built also from different other waste I found around here, like a converter. This is quite easy, this machine, because here you put the plastic inside and then you tie it really, and then you make some fire underneath, so it starts melting, and then the fume goes inside the water and the water cools it down, and then there will be oil at the surface.
Okay.
So
are you going to show us?
Yeah, I mean, it takes a longer time because it has to heat up really in a long time, but I will just start the engine.
Oops.
So, and now usually you have to wait, but as you can see, still there, because I started a little earlier to make it. You can see the oil coming here to the surface, and this is just, it's also, you can smell it, it's from the plastic.
But you have to put color in the oil.
Yes, so I brought myself like some pigments, like in the old days, where you make your oil color yourself and not just get the kind of small things already made and just press it on. We will see how it ends up.
You're used to doing a lot of experiments, aren't you?
Yes, I'm always interested in doing new things, of course. So it's more like that I deal with ideas. I'm not the artist who makes just one straight thing all again. It's more like when I did something, I get a really new impression from some absolutely different things, and then I want to do this. So it's not so easy to get me in one way.
No. You make installations too.
Yes, I love to make site-specific installations for sure, because I need the surrounding, what infects me for an idea. So just perhaps if you just walk around and get inspired by what you see, by the cities, by the idea of something, and this infects on different way of showing the material or the situation.
What are you going to paint?
Oh, of course, I mean, that was infecting me here also is the landscape, because being in the middle of nowhere at an island with all the beautiful views, and have the chance to be outside really affected me in painting. So we will see what comes out at the end. So I choose the impressionistic way of painting because of the surrounding of the landscape. Because of the plein air paintings anyway. So, here's an impressionistic painter.
Baldur har nu iklædt sig sit kunstnerkostyme og vist et par farveeksempler på oliemaling, lavet ud fra plastikaffald. Olien er blandet op med farvepulver.
So this is like the
Yellow,
this green. It's a little different now.
Senere på måneden vil han drage ud i det fynske landskab og male impressionistiske billeder, som han siger. Thank you for showing us how to make paint from plastic.
It's of course one possibility.
Yeah.